Welcome back to One Crack News, where we cover more things than just things here in the United States. We also tap into the issues that are reflecting things around this globe and outside the globe. So, here, what's happening inside the globe is actually the biggest news that ever hit. Why did the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, decide to leave the royal monarchy and leave it, the royal family, and step away with Meghan Markle, his wife, the mother of his son, and leave all of that behind? 88 billion worth. Well, he made a speech, and this was the speech he made to the Cinnaball. He said, "Good evening and thank you for being here, Cinnaball, and a charity me and Prince Sesso created back in 2006 in honor of my mother's legacy is in supporting those affected by HIV and AIDS. Before I begin, I must say that I can only imagine what you have heard or perhaps read over the last few weeks. So I want you to hear the truth from me as much as I can share. Not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry, the same person that many of you have watched grow up over the last 35 years, but with a clear perspective. The UK is my home and a place that I love that will never change. I have grown up feeling supported from many of you as I watched you and welcomed Meghan with open arms as you saw me find love and happiness that I had hoped for my entire life. Finally, the son of Diana got hitched. Hooray. I know you've come to know me well enough over all the years to trust that the woman I choose as my wife upholds the same values as I do, as she does, and she's the same woman I fell in love with. We both do everything we can to fly the flag and carry out our roles for this country with pride. Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we're here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this. The decision I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there's really no other option. What I want to make clear is that we're not walking away. We certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and the military associates, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it has come to, that I would step my family back from all I've ever known to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life. It was a great honor to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mom 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force, and my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful because this is bigger than just us. It has been our privilege to serve you, and we will continue to lead a life of service. It has also been a privilege to meet so many of you and that to feel that excitement for our son Archie, who saw snow for the first time the other day and thought it was bloody brilliant. I will always have the most utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander in chief. I am incredibly grateful for her and the rest of the family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months. I will continue to be the same man who holds his country dear and dedicates his life to supporting the causes, charity, and military communities that are so important to me. Together, you have given me education about living and the role that has taught me more about what it is to be right and just than I could even fathom or imagine. We are taking a leap of faith. Thank you for giving me the courage to take this next step. So, welcome to Richard's Garden, minus the fountain. First, may I echo Johnny's words earlier, in particular, Patricia and Richard, and all of the teams involved in making tonight so special and such a success, at least so far. Thank you also for turning up. I'm sure Lewis was the draw factor, but I know you will be all leaving tonight with a better understanding about what we're trying to achieve at Cinnaball, and that's what really matters to us. I first visited Laszlo many years ago back in 2004 and was shown around by my dear friend Princessо or Cecil, who sadly isn't able to join us this evening. Struck by the hardship and challenges so many children face with the support of local partners, we set up Cinnaball 2 years ago. The word Cinnaball means forget me not, and in Ciatos, or whatever the heck that is. And it also serves as a memory of both Prince Cecil's mother as well as my own. Since the beginning, we've developed a series of programs created to purposely build my Mahato Center to help generations of children break the cycle and stigma that is allowing the HIV epidemic to thrive. Half of those children has lost either one or both parents to the virus. But today, through our networks, clubs, camps, programs across the board, through Letios and Botswana, we can help children and young adults learn that they can go on to live happy and productive lives despite being HIV positive. We teach them that human efficiency virus, human immune deficiency virus, doesn't have to be a death sentence for anyone anymore. The real enemy we are fighting is stigma. The stigma and the inadequate attitudes that work against young people coming forward when they want to take an HIV test. This is relevant in every part of the world today, including here in the UK. There are estimate 110,000 people living with HIV. And that's what he had to say. Now, let's hear what I have to say. One Crack News, your boy Carcino. Don't forget to subscribe. You can support the page by hitting up my Cash App. Carceno is my Cash App name, Carcino. Let's talk about it. He gave you a song and dance around what he could talk about and what he couldn't talk about. What he said is, I don't want to do this taking public funding. What's really happening is the Queen and all of this, these ceremonies that they're doing and obligations, is straining on the wife, that she's not being accepted in certain places by certain people because she's not from the UK. She's American. And even though they have taught her how to walk, talk, use the forks, what all these things mean, in other countries, they kind of turn their nose up at her and she can feel it. Plus, she comes from the world of the United States where Harry likes the United States. Harry will never be prince. They have their prince. The oldest son is going to be the prince. The duke is basically a thankless duty to have. It's saying, well, you're the second child. He's the redhead stepson. Meaning that, look, you're never going to be your brother. When he goes, the next in line is his heirs, not yours. And your son will follow the same suit. He'll just be the next Duke of Sussex. And Harry likes to hang out. Okay, Harry likes to go out, party, get drunk, get wild, and have these adventures. That's what Harry does. You remember what he did in Vegas? He went wild in the hotels because that's what he wants to do. He likes to turn up and have a good time. That's not good for a royal family who's made their riches off the back of the poor and donations and all these charitable people giving up their money to them. Now, as we move forward, there's all these other things going down. Due to social media power and them going into the American market, it all comes down to money. They were on a siphon when they were over there. Because they're royalty, they don't have to pay for anything. If their travel, security, everything, it's already covered. So now when they leave, the father, when it was negotiated that they left, they had to sit down and go through the reasons of why they're leaving. The father, Charles, put up at least 1 year of financing for them at about 2.3 million UK dollars, which is about 3.5 million United States. They're not going to need any money. This is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They're going to write about them in the United States tabloids worldwide. They're going to get a Netflix deal that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They're going to get $100 million Netflix deal. It's going to break every mold that's ever been set by the network. Because they're going to generate way more worldwide as people are going to know and get to see the inside life of a royal family who walked away. Why did they do it? This is going to be a Netflix special. Do you not know how many people are bidding that $2-3 million for 1 year? It's piss money for them. So it was a great speech, but we know the real. I'm out.